Hey there, friendlies. Another cold day, but it's okay because we're in Canada. Oh, where am I? Gloves, good. Okay, because I don't know if I can do this without. I got something cool this time. You guys saw last time I did that wee beastie, or possibly last time because these videos are not coming out in order, but maybe last time. The last Ardbeg I did was the wee beastie. Today I have, boom, baby, Uigeadail. So let's get this box opened up, pour a little bit into a glass, and then, you know, why did they, really? Come on, guys. I'm just being a jerk. They're doing their best work. The ultimate Islay single malt Scotch whiskey. Non-chill filtered. So, let's get this baby open and poured so that we can chit-chat just a little bit while we let it air out. You know, it's funny for these reviews, like I pop the top, throw it into a glass, talk for a few minutes, and then do a little tasting. But when I pour myself a dram, like just to enjoy, I'll let it, oh, crumbs. Oh, well, it's okay. Have axe, problems solved. Where was I? Yeah, like when I pour myself a dram just to enjoy, without the time constraints of doing a video, I'll just let it sit there and sit there. Oh, damn you, Ardbeg, what are you doing to me here? This time it's gonna work. That's gonna be great. I can feel it. I'm optimistic. One could say this video is not getting off to an auspicious start, but that is 2020 thinking. And I'm all about 2021 thinking, so I am going to be optimistic. See? Go on, man. Optimism saves the day. Every damn time. Stinking lie. Stinking lie. There we go. What was I saying? Yeah, when I pop a little whiskey into a glass, speaking of which, nice sound, I'll just let it sit there for 10, 20 minutes before I even, you know, I'll nose a bit, but I'm not going to take a sip until it's had time to, look at that. Ooh, that's a bit of an energetic pour. Look at that color. Wait, I'm not talking about it yet. We're going to let it sit there in the snow and hope that it doesn't affect the tasting notes. So, Uigeadail. Never had it before. I don't love giving prices, but in Quebec, it's very expensive. In Alberta, I can buy a bottle, spend $40 shipping, and still come out on top. So I ordered this with the wee beastie, which of course is not available here, and received them in the same shipment. If I had been a little smarter, that day would have resulted in an unboxing video. People are really not on the same page about unboxing videos, though. So if you guys want to see unboxings next time I receive a couple of bottles in the mail, let me know down below, okay? So, back of the box, I just want to make sure there's no tasting notes. This box is completely in French. Oh no, it's not, it's just interspersed. Okay. So first off, we got a map of where Ardbeg is, which is probably on all these boxes. As I said, I need to get another 10, just for old time's sake. Well, just to have around because I loved it. They make a lot of marketing faffle about this being the most peated, well, I don't know about the Uigeadail, but about Ardbeg being the most peated whiskey around. And I mean, I've had a bottle of Octomore, so, you know, I don't know. Marketing piffle, right? Is revered around the world as the peatiest, smokiest, most complex whiskey of them all, yet it does not flaunt the peat. Blah, blah, blah. Uigeadail doit son nom au lac sombre et mystérieux. Is there English on that? Yes. Ardbeg Uigeadail takes its name from the brooding, mysterious loch, which provides the peat-laden water for Ardbeg. First of all, as someone who is a writer in his day job, That should have been the brooding mysterious lock that provides the peat-laden water for Ardbeg. But hey, whatevs. As long as the juice is good, we're okay. Okay, I do want to say something about what I just read. I don't care if the water's peat-laden. That's not where you're getting your peated flavors from. Unless I'm wrong. If you guys, I'm not a scientist with a PhD in whiskey production or anything, but in my head, that is marketing piffle that has no bearing on the flavor. If I'm wrong, say so down below, and I'll maybe give you a shout out in the next video or something. This is what matters here, because there's no age statement on this, okay? This is a special vatting of different styles of Ardbeg, marrying together traditional deep smoky notes, which are very famous, with the luscious, sweet, raisiny tones of old ex-sherry casks. Now that's what I'm interested in trying on this, because I'm not used to, cracking a bottle that says Ardbeg on it and getting a whole bunch of sherry notes. Ex-bourbon and stuff. That's sort of where Ardbeg is for me. And as I say, I don't know if they color their whiskeys or anything, but judging by what I poured, that glass looks a little darker than I'm used to with an Ardbeg. So, let's do it. Get my nose right in there. Recognizably Ardbeg. Sweeter note though. I'm getting... Is there a baking spice or something like a cake? Something a little nutty happening. There's definitely the sweetness that you would expect from the sherry cask. You get some sweetness from an ex-bourbon cask as well, but that's more on sort of like a vanilla thing. This is a darker fruit thing happening, which is not unheard of with sherries. Very nice. That sherry influence is making it slightly, it's not a great word, but friendlier to the nose. I don't mean in terms of someone who loves Ardbeg as I do, but if someone was coming to Ardbeg from something less high octane, this might be the way to go. Definitely not that wee beastie. There's a cinder thing happening there. There's a burnt thing. Yeah, that's where the smoke and the peat come from, which is what I was expecting. It's like a cake, fruit cake, or maybe a ginger snap, ginger cake. It's hard to tell. It's also hard to tell because I'm doing neck pour, right? Once this thing is down around the shoulder and a few months on, and I do another tasting, a lot of the elements will have had time to consolidate, and as they oxidize just a little bit. It smells really nice. It's I'm getting bacon. There's a bacon thing happening, I think. I gotta taste this, guy. I'm looking forward to this. It looks good in the glass. It looks nice and thick, like it's gonna have a nice oily mouthfeel. Let's just do it, right? Wow. Oh yeah, that's an Ardbeg, all right. Okay. Immediately, it was like a bacon, obviously like a big peat smoke thing happening. And then right after that, there's that lemony thing that you often will get with the 10-year. Not as much, but it was like also immediately drying. Like it hit the tongue, it dried immediately, but now I'm just sort of getting a little hint of an oily after feel. Big juice, like big fruit, but dark fruits. Cherry fruit cake, because there's a baking element there, some sort of a cake. Not like a vanilla cake or something like, but a bready cake with some substance to it. I'm going to take another sip because, wow. Also, it's through the second and third sip that often you start to, like, the tastes start to really organize themselves. The first sip is kind of your mouth going, holy crap, dude. And then second and third is where everything starts to calm down. Yeah. It's funny because, let me just swallow a bit. As soon as it hits your tongue, it's like acrid. Not in a bad way. I mean, you like Ardbeg for Ardbeg, right? And so it's like boom, acrid, boom, smoky, peaty, maybe a little bit of burnt wood, like a wood fire, campfire kind of thing. And then there's bacon. Like I can taste bacon fat over at campfire, you know? And then sort of this sweet, dark fruit thing happens and just, it all gets in there, but it's not confused. You know, the flavors aren't fighting each other. Apparently, Uigeadail has a lot of flavor drift to it. At least that's what I've heard. So I would be interested to pick up a bottle and then 10 years later pick up another and see what the flavor drift was like. Also, no age statement. There's some young whiskey in here. I don't know what they tend to do, if they're just picking various ages just for the flavor or if they're really concentrating on their younger whiskeys, but this definitely has a more youthful zing to it than the 10-year has. But it's not a completely different flavor. You know, it's definitely in the same family. This is like, you know, son of 10-year. Yeah, the citrus thing has come back in as well. Really, it's lower down though in the flavor profile. The finish is just going and going and going. That's sort of where the oily thing comes in. Maybe a pine resin there, but definitely it's like memories of campfire, memories of cooking bacon or ham. No, it's definitely bacon. Dark, fruity from that sherry cask. That is an interesting taste. That is a really good bottle. All right, so let's ruin it with some water. Oh. Okay. Let's give it a gentle swirl. Let that water do its thing. Whoa. There we go. All right, gloved up. Has the water had time to do its thing? Well, the water on the outside of the glass is frozen. Shoot. It's okay. As long as it's frozen on the outside of the glass, it's not altering anything inside the glass. Nice color. Okay. Okay, that has definitely changed it. But I'm not sure how. Is there a... I want to say there's a chocolate thing there, but a baking chocolate. We're talking like, all in all, this is a winter spice kind of, I don't know if that's a real term, but fruitcake. I'm getting almost a Christmassy feel from this, which the water has not dissipated at all. Maybe it's a little sweeter. Maybe there's a... I was expecting it to really bring out the peat and the smoke on the nose, but It's definitely there, but still smells good. Let's do it. Oh, okay, the sweetness, boom, gone. No, just later on arrival. Still lesser though. More burnt, peppery. More peppery notes. Oh, now there's like a nutty thing happening. Let me take another sip of that, because nutty, marzipan. It's definitely not reducing the Christmassiness of this, because it's still very baked. There's some cocoa, like an almond thing, maybe. No, walnut. Definitely walnuts. Baking chocolate. Campfire still there. Very spiky. It's not bad. It's still a very good dram. It's not unrecognizable. The dram sort of keeps its character before and after the water. The oily texture is actually miraculously still there. It's not quite as much, but it's still there. It's not completely gone. The finish seems a little shorter and a little less interesting though. I have yet to try a whiskey that I prefer with water. But maybe I'm just acclimating myself to it, or maybe I've been lucky lately, but this whiskey is not ruined with water. It's just changed. If I was introducing someone to this whiskey, I might not give it to them with water right off the bat, because it sort of took some of the interesting sherry notes and dropped them down below the more traditional Ardbeg. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so good. 8.5. Absolutely. Whether that'll survive the second tasting or not, who knows? But for now, definitely 8.5. I'm not going to glug that one. I'm just going to sip it and sip it and sip it. Okay. That's all sure out. I'm going inside. So thanks for hanging out with me for this little whiskey review. As I always say, if you like what I'm doing, then please do the following 3 things. 1, let me know down below. Do you like this whiskey? What's your favorite? Do you think I'm wrong about peated water not turning into peated whiskey? Second thing, share this video. That helps me a lot. Third thing, leave me a smiley thumb. If you don't like what I'm doing, that's okay. Leave me a frowny thumb. Thanks for watching, guys.